Do you remember we talked about narratives a little bit? And I said that the narrative is very important. Controlling the narrative is very important, especially if you're manipulating reality. Now, me personally, I can look after myself. I don't need to control the narrative. But I'm aware of when other people are controlling the narrative. And so, who creates narrative? Writers create narratives. And we're all kind of writers of our own stories. Now, I think it's visible to you, because you're an intelligent person, so you can see that they were building a narrative. They were creating a story. What this happened, and then this, and then this, and then this. They were building a narrative to give them a reason to do what it was that they wanted to do. But they couldn't do it without a good reason. Good, right? It's obviously not good for you, but it's good for them. They couldn't do it without a reason or reasons or a narrative or a story that they can tell to other people and that other people can tell to other people. And once the narrative starts to affect reality and people start talking about it, then they can do what it is that they want to do. Yeah, and there's if you look at the way media works, they always build a narrative before they change something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you look at build-ups to conflicts, like the classic example is the wars in the Middle East. Yeah, the narrative is terrorism, dictatorship, poverty, pain, suffering, children in hospitals. But you get this on the news every day for 6 months before the war starts, because they're building their narrative in order to sell the story that they want to sell. And that's what you became. You became part of their narrative. And the reason why there was maybe some conflict was because you didn't fit into their narrative at all. You were not playing their game because for you it wasn't a game, it was reality. It was important. It was real. But for them, it's just a narrative. It's just another story. It's just another fake environment to create in order for them to continue doing what it is that they're doing. So it's far better that you're outside of that type of environment than inside of that type of environment at the moment, because to fight against the narrative is very tiring. It's possible to fight against it. A lot of people spend their whole lives fighting against it, and some people are very successful at it. But it's also very tiring as well, because you have to watch what other people are saying, and then you're watching them because there's a little voice in the back of your head that's saying, I don't trust these people. And then you start to wonder, which is what I know you've done before, because I've done it as well. You start to wonder what they're saying when you're not there.
Yeah.
And you're wondering what they're saying when you're not there, because the voice in the back of your head is telling you that you can't trust them. But you can't be everywhere that they are. And so the result of that is a certain feeling of powerlessness, because the only way to stop it is to be omnipresent, like God. And that's an impossibility. So it's better to drop it. And me being me and me being confrontational, I would say I would say to people, I can see the narrative that you're building. I get it. But also, I can choose to not be part of it. So please don't include me in your narrative. because I'm not part of your story, I'm part of my story. And my story is a different story from your story. So feel free to build your narrative. Create it, put it out there. Obviously, you need to do that. It's very important to you. I understand that. However, please understand that more narratives exist. There are many more stories to be told and to be written, not just one.